Family, I want y'all to look at this video. This was sent to me by one of our good family members, good sis. This shit enraged me. But it was good to see this because you can see where they started to co-opt shit as far as coming to our history and culture. I want y'all to listen. I'm gonna fast forward through some of this shit, but I want y'all to listen.
For more on the story, we turn now to four other people with different views. Kwame Ture is an organizer with the All African People's Revolutionary Party, a group attempting to politically unite African people living in 113 countries all over the world. It was his call for black power in 1966, when he was known as Stokely Carmichael, that catapulted the term black into popular usage.
Now that shit right there is a motherfucking lie. That's the first shit that pissed me off listening to this fucking bullshit. Now, I'm going to say one thing about this. None of these people come from a confirmed Black American heritage. None of them. The fact that they will sit here and say this fucking Caribbean guy, and no... respect to the things that he did that were on code, but much like people that come from immigrant backgrounds, they eventually show their true colors. For these people to sit here and say that this motherfucker popularized the term black, that's a fucking lie. That term that we've been using since the 1700s was popularized by James Brown, the great foundational Black American entertainer. The fact that all of these people sat in this room and did not correct that is an indicator that none of these people come from a Black American heritage, ethnic background. Now, again, I'm going to remind you, none of these people are FBA. Stokely Carmichael is Caribbean. A lot of these people that they're going to be talking to have Caribbean backgrounds or unconfirmed backgrounds. And the fact that they're talking the way they do further says that. Now, those who might be like particular, this guy right here who you cannot confirm that. People was in Harlem. But again, a lot of immigrants came to Harlem, so you can't confirm that. Now, the only person that might come from an FBA background and that's half FBA, is the lady that actually started this bullshit with Jesse Jackson. Her parents or her mother comes from South Carolina. But when we did the research on this lady, we could not find anything on her father. So I'm going to say if she is FBA, which again can't be confirmed, she's half FBA. And the fact that they don't mention her father and her Pan-African views tells me that she might be a bi-ethnic. Now I want y'all to listen.
Is a copy editor for the Wall Street Journal, and last week wrote an article that appeared on the journal's op-ed page called "This African American Still Feels Black." J. Bruce Llewellyn is a businessman who owns the 8th largest Coca-Cola bottling company in the country. He also owns television station WKBW, an ABC affiliate in Buffalo. Ramona Edlin is president.
This is the lady, Ramona Edlin, who might be bi-ethnic, her mother comes from South Carolina. But again, you can find nothing on her father's background. And it's clear that this piece of shit ass lady is a Pan-Africanist.
The National Urban Coalition. She proposed the name change at the Chicago meeting of black leaders last December. And to you, Ms. Edlin, the current initiative is largely your brainchild. Why is it important to use that term and not black?
Charlene, we have an opportunity to renew values such as mastery and learning, the importance of the family, unity.
What the hell do you mean by renew? Black Americans have always been family oriented. Now, yes, they did work to break up the household. But again, this is what I don't like, because they love to use that 20% of broken society and make that the sum of all of us.
Of the utmost importance right now, at a time when our children couldn't be in more distress and turmoil, when we face a new century, and it's up to us to be sure that the problem of the 21st century is not also the problem of the color line, as Du Bois prophesied in 1903 this century would be.
But how does African American affect all of that?
Well, we see going back to African cultural ties to the...
We're not fucking African. And this piece of shit ass lady who's clearly a Pan-Africanist work with Jesse Jackson to co-opt our ethnic heritage so that they could clear the way for these disrespectful ass people from these immigrant backgrounds to come here and do the shit that they've been doing for the last damn 60 years. People like this is a pariah to black society.
Fan base that is our mother is crucial in this process. And what I'm hoping is that we can recreate some of the spirit of the movement years, particularly for the children, by going back to values which were stripped systematically from us, as we all know, when we were enslaved.
What values? When we came out of slavery, 10 years out of slavery was the best we were doing. 10 years out of slavery, we had whole hundreds of towns, industries, all kind of stuff. Even in slavery, with the broken homes and the selling around, the first thing we did out of slavery was try to find our damn people. So for this lady to say this shit as if to compare to Africans and Caribbeans is some hilarious ass shit. This Pan-African lady is a piece of shit.
For 250 years in this nation.
Mr. Winter, you don't want to change from black.
No, well, I don't disagree that it is important for us to be cognizant of where we come from and the depth of our history that began before slavery. I just don't see the particular need in calling for renewal of the movement to leapfrog over the 400 odd years of history and of proud accomplishments that we can point to.
Now, this guy, again, I could not confirm that he's FBA. His people came from Harlem. Couldn't find any Southern roots. But he is an on-code person. So if he's not from an FBA background, he is at least on code with FBAs.
Indeed, need to reacquaint our children with here in this country first. So I believe that it is important to teach the children and to, in general, imbue Black America with the knowledge of where it comes from, but to focus this effort on claiming what is ours here as Americans, which is the country that we are citizens of and where we pay our taxes.
Mr. Well, you prefer the term American.
Well, I guess
this man comes from a Caribbean background. Now, as you can see, these people talk as if they have history in this country, as if their people built this shit. This is the first generations of the children of the betrayers. Now, y'all got to understand that when our grandparents and great-grandparents, the silent generation and the boomers, fought for civil rights, let me tell you what they did. They had fish fries. They took up collections. They brought these people over there and they hosted them in their homes. They made sure they were taken care of, only for these people to turn around and spit in their damn face and work for the colonizer, to work against our issues. These are the children of these people.
All my years on this earth, I've been called about 5 or 6 different things. I've been called black. I've been called Afro-American. Now we're talking about African-American. I've been called Negro. I've been called colored.
And again, this man is Caribbean. Now, if you did not know that, you would think he's a goddamn FBA the way he's talking.
And what strikes me as a continuous theme or theorem in all of this is the fact that we never have been called full citizens of the United States of America. And what I'd like to see accomplished once and for all is that we are considered as full citizens and have all the rights and privileges there too. All I see is that people in Russia, people in Poland, people in Nicaragua are all packing their bags and heading for the United States of America.
Now again, though he is from a Caribbean background, him and the other brother seem to be on code. But do not forget, these people are not FBA descent. Though they are on code, again, you would think that they're from our ethnic group the way they are talking. Even though they're on code, you must remember that they are not.
It's some kind of panacea or a great place to be, and there must be something here that brings all these people. All I'm saying to you is that I think it's a disgrace that we have been here for well over 200 years and we have not enjoyed these full benefits that a lot of people have come here
Now, for him to say 200 years, again, these are indicators. Now, I don't want this video to be too long, so I suggest you go on Divine Black Beauty. Go on her page and watch this. It's a very good video. A lot going on here. But I just wanted to call this shit out. Because, again, none of these people come from confirmed FBA backgrounds. And for them to start this shit off with them saying Stokely Carmichael popularized the term black, it's a fucking lie. Again, that term was popularized by the great James Brown. Go to our Good Sis page and watch this and leave a comment and make sure you follow Queen.